Hey guys, so first of all, I wanted to start this video off by saying thank you so much for getting me to 115 subscribers. I have gained 10 new subscribers since I released my last two videos, so thank you guys so much. That is insane. That is crazy. And I also wanted to thank you guys for making my creepy stalker story #1 my most watched video. Thank you so much. I'm glad you guys enjoyed that video so much. I didn't think it would get as much reception as it did. So thank you so much for that. So as requested, I said in my first Creepy Stalker video, if you guys thumbsed it up, if you guys wanted to see another one, thumbs it up. So you guys did, and I'm gonna make Creepy Stalker story #2. So I'm just so happy and excited that you guys loved that video as much as I did. And if you're wondering, I'm wearing a Jessie J t-shirt. Yeah, just because Jessie J is amazing. So anyway, let's jump into this story. Why does this always happen? Okay. So, the second creepy stalker ended up being somebody affiliated with my mom's job. So, at my mom's work, she is a waitress, and she likes to talk to the customers about me, about her children in general, you know, just about like what we're doing with our lives, like school, miscellaneous, like most parents do. They like to brag about their kids. So, my mom likes to brag about me. And I guess one day she was talking to a frequent customer who comes in. Now, mind you, this man works, or his sister, I'm sorry, both of his sisters at one point worked with my mom, and now one of his sisters still works with my mom. So, my mom was talking to him one day about me, just casually, like what I was doing with school, what was happening in my life. General kind of things. Everyone in there knows me. I come in there all the time. I work in the community, so people know who I am in there, and you know, I kind of have this relationship with a lot of the other girls there, and we get along so well. We're all friends. So anywho, my mom was talking to him one day about me. Now, this man had just broken up with his ex-girlfriend, and his ex-girlfriend actually went with me to meet Taylor Swift. So if you watched that video, I mentioned her. And so they had broken up after like 7 years of dating or something like that. It was something insane. They broke up, and my mom was, like I said, talking about me, and I guess he became intrigued or something, and he was like infatuated with me all of a sudden. And so he started to, I guess, like, come in when I was coming in, or like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, it just got weird. Like, I would walk in and he'd be there randomly. And then one day I got home from work and I got a friend request on Facebook, and it was from this guy. And my mom, you know, was like, "Oh, Kendra, he's a nice guy. Like, you know, he's from, you know, he's just a nice guy. Like, he's probably just friend requesting you because, you know his sisters and whatever, and da-da-da-da." I'm like, "Yeah, you're right. Like, he's probably just friend requesting me, you know, just because being nice. Like, we have mutual friends. Like, I know his sisters. You know him well. Like, that's fine. Whatever." So I accepted the friend request. Soon after that is when he started liking all of my posts. Like, literally everything I posted, he liked. Like, he was the first person to like it, the first person to comment on something, or this or that. And this was right before this semester of college started. This was over the summer, so this was probably in August. It might have been the end of July, beginning of August is when this whole thing started. And this was before I had met Taylor Swift. So the friend that I went with and him had broken up, and over the summer, and then I went with her. You get the story. Okay. So anyway, he would comment on my things, and like, I didn't really respond because I didn't know him well. Like, I knew of him, but I didn't know him well. So one day my mom and I were out shopping, and we're like, "Oh, we're gonna go stop at my mom's work to eat. Like, we're just gonna grab some lunch. It's like, it'll be fun. Like, we're just gonna go in for some lunch. So we went in and we're sitting down and we're having a conversation, and all of a sudden the guy comes over, sits down, and just starts talking. Now, I was really offended because I'm like, okay, this is rude. Like, if I was having a personal conversation with my mom, you just like interrupted the whole conversation. So I was like upset. I was like, this is rude. Like, you don't do that. And so I was sitting there and I didn't say much because number one, I didn't know this man, and number two, I thought he was rude for doing that. So we left, and I said to my mom, was like, wow, that guy is really strange. Like, that's weird. That was rude. Like, and my mom's like, yeah, that was kind of rude and this and that. But my mom is like me. Like, she likes to give people the benefit of the doubt. And then, right, like 2 days before my semester started, I get a message on Facebook, and it says, hey. And it was from him. And I'm like, oh, here we go. So I didn't respond. And then he's like, what's up? And I just put nothing. Like, nothing, period. And he's like, well, I know you don't know me that well, but I was wondering if you would like to go bowling with me tonight. Bowling. This man asked me on a date. I have met you one time when you rudely came over and started talking, and you like all my pictures and comment on everything, and I don't know anything about you. And you're like, okay, this man is 27 years old. He looked like he was about 47 years old. Like, he looked so old compared to me. And I look very young for my age. So he looked like really old for his age. And it just, he was not cute. He was not my type. Like, I'm not one who's like all about like the looks of somebody. But like, anytime you're talking to somebody or like you want to be interested in somebody, there has to be a physical connection there. Like, regardless like of what your ideas of beauty is or whatever, there has to be that physical connection, and there was nothing. Like, I felt nothing for this guy, nothing at all. And so I was like, oh, I can't, like, I'm not feeling well and I have to go school supply shopping. The second part wasn't a lie. The first part was a lie. I was just kind of taken aback by this because I was like, you're asking me, you don't even know me well, and you're asking me on a date. Like, I could understand if we had been talking or like we had been messaging one another. I never contacted this guy. I never started talking to him. I never gave him an impression that I was interested. You know, I just accepted the friend request because I knew he knew my mom. So, and I have all of her other coworkers and, you know, coworkers' family members on there and stuff. So I wasn't like concerned when I had gotten the friend request initially. And then I said no, and he's like, okay, well, if you change your mind, let me know. Not gonna change my mind, buddy. But anyway, he continued to like all of my posts, and then I'm competing in a local pageant here in my town, and I posted a picture of my pageant dress, and if you look on my Instagram, you'll see a picture of it and everything. It was like pre-alterations or whatever, and he commented like stunningly beautiful, like liked every single picture I posted of it, and it was just getting to a point where I was getting frustrated. And I had posted a status about my other creepy stalker that I posted, and he commented a picture of brass knuckles and told me to tell him that that was my engagement ring. And that was kind of the thing that did it in for me, because it's like, you are commenting about somebody and you're acting the same way. So I ended up blocking him on Facebook, blocking him. Now when I go into my mom's work, he's there all the time. So I have to go in the back entrance, like walk through the kitchen where the cooks are. Granted, I know, thankfully for me, I know all the cooks and they're amazing guys. They're so nice. So they let me come through the kitchen into where my mom is working so that I do not have to see this guy, because I am not one for confrontation, and I don't want to have to tell him that, like, I'm never gonna date you. You creep me out. Oh, and I forgot to mention, he came into my work one night. I was working, and he's trying to have a conversation with me, and mind you, I am like doing trash and like answering the phone, and I was doing 2 jobs at the same time, because the person who was in charge of the front end, when they leave, I take over their position while they're on lunch. So they were on lunch, so I was doing 2 jobs. And I'm like trying to do my work, and this guy came in and was talking to me, and when he left, my girlfriends at work were like, Kendra, he looks like he's 40 years old. And I said, I know. Like, it's scary that this guy, you know, came into my work and was like looking for me. He knew when I was working too, because it was like I only worked 4 nights that week instead of 5, and he didn't know what days I had off. Like, I think he knew what days I had off, but or it was something weird. He ended up knowing when I worked that week, and he came in twice that week when I was working, and I was creeped out, and it was just bad. So he is creepy bowling guy. That is the second creepy stalker. Thankfully, I don't think I have any more stalkers. I certainly hope I don't. But yeah, that was creepy stalker number 2. He's not as exciting as the original creepy stalker, but I thought you guys would enjoy knowing that there is a second one. I kind of blame my mom because she was talking about me to this guy and he found out, so that was my mom's fault, okay? But she's taken responsibility and owned up to it. So that is my second one. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!